Hey everyone, welcome to Stat 300 and Stat 10. I'm your instructor, Andrew Hulseth. I go by Mr. H. And it's spring 2025, so I'm giving you a little intro video here. I mean, most of the semester we'll be communicating through um, lecture videos and through email, but I just wanted to give a quick one to introduce myself and introduce the structure of the class and that sort of thing. So let me share my screen and we'll go through some things. Um, Share. So the first thing you'll want to do is get to our Canvas page, which if you're watching this video, you've probably already done that. But this is what it looks like. And the first thing that you'll want to do is just read through this front page because this is everything you need to get started. You probably have already done that, done a lot of this already, but this is a good place to start. Next, you'll want to get your MyLab account set up because that's going to give you access to all of these assignments that are listed over here or in modules. Okay. So the way to do that is to click on Access Pearson. And it's just going to lead you through some instructions on how to get that started, right, and get it all set up. Now, eventually, you're going to come to a page that looks like this. All right, so I just took a screenshot, and this isn't your course, but it's what you're going to see. And there's all these options, like which option do I choose? Um, the one that's required is just the one at the bottom. They put the one that we need all the way at the bottom, right? It's just that single term access for 99.99 one time. That's it. Okay. Anything above that is optional if you want to, right? So these up here have this plus 7.99 a month. I don't even know what that is, but it's study and exam prep. So if that's something that you know about and interests you, feel free, right? Or if you want multi-term access for some reason, okay, well, that's up to you, but not necessary. Now, if you purchase the materials in the bookstore, it's more expensive, so only do that if you really need to, like you have a voucher or something like that. Otherwise, go through MyLab for the 99.99, right? I think bookstore is like 130 bucks or something, right? So, but if you do that because you have a voucher, you're going to go through this portion here, click on that access code, and then follow the instructions and go from there, right? Now, if you're waiting for financial aid or funds, or you're just not sure if you're going to take the class yet, but you still want to get started because you don't want to fall behind, check this out. Waiting for financial aid, you get temporary access for 2 weeks, starting when you sign up. So use that option if needed, right? And that way you get access today. You don't have to pay for anything, and you have complete access to all our assignments for 2 weeks while you're setting your semester up. Okay, so regardless of which option you go through, you should get access today so that you can get things going. A lot of you already have it done, set up, nice job. So if some of you already cruising right along, that's cool. Now, this is one Canvas page for both Stat 300 and Stat 10. There's not separate. Kind of just combine it all into one big kind of like 6 unit lump. Okay, so I'll show you the different pieces for each class, but everything is here, so you don't have to go through two different places to get access to the courses, right? It's all in one spot. Okay, so once you have your account set up, now you're good to go to start doing work, right? So you're going to click on modules, and under modules is where all of the coursework is located. Everything for the semester is here, chronological order, organized by week. Um, so you'll notice at the top, the first thing you see is class notes. These are all of the class notes. If I click on that for the entire semester, okay. You want the full packet, you can download in one big PDF. That's the whole 10 chapters, or it's per chapter if you want. Okay. Um, and then notice there's two versions. There's the blank notes, and then there's some that I have completed notes. Okay, so the idea is you're going to be watching videos that I have created, and I use these notes to go through the videos. So if you have the notes printed out in front of you, you can follow along, write down notes as you watch the videos. Okay, so that's the idea of the class. The completed notes are just for reference. If you see that you like how I wrote something, or you want that see how I wrote it without having to rewatch the video, you can check the completed notes, and that may be helpful as well. Okay. Now this is a lot of paper if you print it all out on your own. So maybe you're good at just using the iPad and you can just do everything electronically, or something like that. But if you want the printed out notes and you don't want to print them out yourself, I do have notes available on my office door, Howard Hall, 109 ARC main campus. Feel free to stop on by, pick up a packet. I don't have to be there. They're just on the door. Just go when the building is open, normal business hours, and you get the whole packet. So you have all the notes and you can use them throughout the semester. These aren't anything you need to turn in. These are you watching the videos and then taking notes for yourself so you learn the material. The required part is watching the video. So you do check that off when you get a point for watching a video. Right? But hopefully those are helpful. Okay. Oh, back to modules. So we've got that, we've got the class notes all set up, ready to go. These are just backup videos, but really you want to be watching the videos down here within the coursework per week. This is just backup. If you want to rewatch something or something's not working, you can use that, right? So as you go through, you're going to see, the first thing is orientation. Make sure to get that completed by Thursday of this week, January 23rd. Um, that needs to be 100% for each of those. This is just, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into with this class and you're serious about it. So you can redo these assignments. It doesn't have to be like a one try. You got to get 100 or you're out. Redo it until you get 100 just to make sure you know everything and how the class is set up. Okay. Once you've done that, and then it's just the grind of this class. You're going to be going through Stat 10 assignments, regular statistics, videos and assignments, quizzes, and it just keeps on going. If you do these things in order, it's all chronological. They're arranged by week. Due dates are Sunday night, so you have the entire week to complete the week's work, right? And then you'll get kind of that system down. All right. Um, as far as the Stat 10 goes, your Stat 10 is just based on those Stat 10 assignments. There's 10 of them throughout the semester, and they're 5 points each. So you'll get credit for that Stat 10 if you just complete all of those with a 70% or higher. Okay, what those are designed to do is prepare you for the math behind the statistics or maybe some study skills like this one. But otherwise, that's how that grade works out in this class. And then notice, yeah, we're going to watch a video and then do the assignment. Video, assignment, occasionally come to a quiz, right? Um, that's kind of the process as you go down. Occasionally, you'll come to a discussion post. That's a little different than the rest. So in a discussion post, you're going to watch or read something, possibly maybe watch a little video, or in this one, you're just introducing yourself. This gives you a chance to interact with some members of this class. So make your own little post, right? And then you respond to two other students in the class for the full credit, 5 points. Okay, and then just go down the list, right? There's the whole semester. If you want to work ahead, got a little more time at the beginning of the semester, things are going to get busy later. Go ahead and feel free, work ahead. Um, so everything's live that you can work at your own pace. Just make sure to do it by the deadline, right? But working ahead is fine. The only things that you have to wait for are discussion posts because we want everybody kind of be doing those at the same time so to make a live discussion or midterm and final. Can't take those early. Everything else, though, you can access early. Now let's look at what happens when you do click on one of these assignments, right? Like what happens if you go into section 2.3, right? So you can click on the assignment right here, right? And it'll take you right to it, Open Pearson, etc., right? That is one way to do it. Or if you just go to Access Pearson, and that'll just jump you right into the entire MyLab page, and that would look like this, right? So here's what your MyLab page looks like. And then if you click on assignments from that page, it looks a lot like my modules. The only thing that's missing is the discussion posts because those are only in Canvas. So there's another way to access everything. All right, so you have two ways, click right into modules or click Access Pearson and go into MyLab that way. I don't care which way, whatever seems to work for you, go for it. And then if I click on an assignment, make sure you have to watch the video first. That's what this warning is. Shows you how many questions, and then we can go through and take a look, right? So if I click on question one, this one's just a multiple choice question. Just, answer it. Okay. don't guess. I guess you get two chances for a final check. So, and then it's going to tell you um, that you got it wrong, right? So for multiple choice, you get two tries, I think. For open-ended, you get three tries. And then if you time out, you don't get it right within that many attempts, then it's just going to tell you the answer. And then notice it says next question, or you can try again, right? Try again, it's just going to give you a new question of the same type. And then if you get that one right, you get credit for question one, right? So you can redo the questions as many times as needed until you get it and get it right. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't try it again, it's just going to have this red X, right? So you don't want red X's, you want green checks. So you can do try again if you want to try that one again, right? Um, if you get stuck on a question, check down here. Like some of these, let's see, let's look at one that's has a more of an open-ended, like question 14. Question 14, you actually got to do some math work. So here you might see things like help me solve this, or better yet, view an example. Click on view an example. You'll see how the textbook would solve this problem. It takes you step by step, right? Um, so that's a nice thing to do if you're getting stuck on a question. Or if you click on get more help, see what else is there. There's always ask my instructor. That would just send me an email and it gives me the exact problem you're working on. So I know which you're faced with here, and I can give you guidance or advice on how to solve that problem. So feel free to use that as well. Okay. So those are good little ways to get some help, or go back and rewatch the video, um, or look at some other resources that MyLab has. Okay. So let's leave that assignment. Right. And it's going to kind of give you a summary of where you're at. Most of these questions we haven't done. We tried one, got it wrong. All right, so um, also notice it's going to tell you when it's due. Well, there it is, when it's due. And there is a reduction per day late if it's completed after the due date. And that's per question, right? So if you did 19 questions before the due date, you get full credit for those. And then question 20, say you did on a day late, they're going to get reduced just for that one question a day late. Okay, so best if you get everything done before the deadline, but if something happens and you have to do it a little bit late, you could still get credit. Just do it as soon as possible because it's 10% per day. Let's see, what else? The video and resource library is a good place to go if you're looking for some additional resources. It's per section. So maybe you're working on chapter 3.3. That thing's confusing. My video didn't help at all. So let's see what they have here. All right, just select all, find now, scroll down, and then yeah, there's an applet. There's the textbook pages for that section. There's some PowerPoint study slides, which are pretty nice. An additional video. Lots of additional videos here, right? So those are some ways that you can get some additional help if you're getting stuck on the material. Video and resource library. The last thing is if we go back to the assignments, you'll also see quizzes. Those are designed a little bit differently. Maybe let's look at the chapter 2 quiz, for example. Right. So if I click on that, it tells me the number of questions, 10 questions, and then I click start. Here, I just have to answer the questions and then click next. Notice it's not like homework where I'm getting um, immediate feedback. I'm getting no feedback. I have no idea how I'm doing, right? So you're just going through and actually work out the problems. Don't guess like I'm doing. But notice we have to do all the questions first, right? And then once we're done, let's just submit the quiz. Right? It'll give you a warning if you didn't answer all of them. That's okay for us. Let's submit. How do we do? Ooh, I got question one right. Otherwise, it gives your summary, it gives you your score, 10%, how much time you spent, 24 seconds. And then now you have to decide, okay, am I happy with the score? Or you can retake it. So you can review this one. You can see what the correct answers were, what you answered, right? If I can review this, uh, if I go to one of these that I missed, now it's going to show me the correct answers in the box. And if I click on the box, it shows me what I answered, right? So be aware of that, right? What's in there is the correct answer. If there's a little red corner, that means you got it wrong. If you click on it, it'll show you what you answered. Oh yeah, I did get that one wrong. Okay. So that's how you can review it. and then close out the window. And then you can go back and take, where did it go? Chapter 2 quiz. We've done one attempt out of infinity. We have a 10% right now. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to click on it again and do it again. Okay, so I have to do all the questions again, even if I got 9 out of 10 right last time, but I still want that 100. Got to do all 10 questions every time I take that quiz. However, do it as many times as you want. It's an infinite number of tries, and only your highest attempt goes in the grade book. So as long as you're giving yourself enough time before the due date, um, you can get that score you want. And it's really designed for that, extra practice. Make sure to get it. So do it as many times as you need to get that grade you want. Okay, so that's a little quick intro of MyLab. Let's go back to our Canvas page. Right. The only other thing I'm going to point out at this point is the announcements. So I do place announcements weekly. You'll see at least one per week, and there's reminders about due dates, important things about exams, other resources, other little videos that maybe would be helpful. So make sure to be looking at those announcements so that you're not missing anything. Right. Once somebody didn't see an announcement and didn't look in the syllabus and didn't know the deadline for the final exam and missed it, and you don't want anything like that to happen. So check announcements frequently, and you won't miss a thing. At this point, I would ask if anyone has any questions, but I'm alone in my house and no one's here, so I guess I'll have to just stop the video. But I hope you enjoy the class. Feel free to reach out to me via email if you have any questions. If you have a lot of questions and you want to do an office hour session via Zoom or in person, I have all of that available. Just got to reach out to me and we'll work it out. Okay. Or, I mean, drop by my office hour in person anytime if you want. Um, those are all listed on this front page here. All right. So, um, otherwise, I hope you enjoy the class and I hope you have a good semester. And I will be talking to you soon. Okay. Thanks. Bye. How do I stop this thing? Mhm. Stop share, end the meeting. Okay, thanks.